everybody, welcome back. And it's been a big day. This is Comic Issues Daily, and we're recapping the highlights and news from October 26th of 2025. We got collectibles popping, anime crushing theaters, horror royalty creeping back, Marvel aiming to make Cyclops a Wolverine-tiered star, and DCU buzz, and maybe, just maybe, a path to Toby Maguire's Spider-Man 4. Stick around because each segment hits something different you'll want to talk about. All right, my name's Bryant, and this is Comic Issues Daily, and welcome back. First thing we're going to talk to everybody today is about Comics Curing Cancer. They just wrapped up the weekend of their virtual event. And Fandom fights the ultimate supervillain, which is cancer. From October 24th to the 26th, the community streamed 56 hours of content in a YouTube virtual event supporting the American Cancer Society. They pulled in 8,392 views and rallied fans and creators alike. The mission calls cancer the ultimate supervillain, and everybody showed up with the panels, exclusives, and stories. The effort surpassed its goal and raised over $62,875 for research and patient support. People donated, bought unique art and comics, and spread the word on social, proof that hope, heroism, and small acts add up when fandom gets organized. Want to be a real-life hero? Check the ACS or a local charity and tell us your favorite fandom charity moments. And then we're going from real-world heroes to comic icons. Let's jump into Marvel's big power play. All right, Cyclops. Marvel is aiming, or comicbook.com, or comicbookmovie.com's Joshua Williamson is reporting that Marvel is launching a 5-issue Cyclops solo story that goes on sale February 11th with Alex Pacandell writing and Roj Amito on art. Ex-editor Tom Breuvert, says the goal is a Cyclops tale that functions like the iconic Wolverine limited one story that gives you everything core about the character. Premise: Scott separated from the X-Men after a plane crash in the mountains. His visor is shattered and he must protect a young mutant while hunted by Donald Pierce and the Reavers. Marvel is promising Scott at his most savage core. It follows the Age of Revelation status quo, pushing the mutant 10 years into the Marvel Universe 10 years into the future, where the X-Men gain knowledge to prevent one of the darkest futures in Marvel history. Can Scott ever match Wolverine's popularity? Sub and tell us if you're ready for Savage Summers. And speaking of legacy, let's swing into everyone's favorite wall crawler, and that is Spider-Man. All right. Devinish Bush at Superhero Hype reports that Madison Tomlin, co-writer of The Batman Part 2, is still campaigning to write Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man 4 on X. He says it's complicated with a lot of people and politics. There's no definitive no yet, and it could be a long wait if it happens at all. Tomlin's pitch: a grounded continuation of Sam Raimi's trilogy with Peter Parker balancing hero life and fatherhood. It sounds like the ultimate Spider-Man. The original Spider-Man 4, once slated for May of 2011, was canceled over creative issues when then Amazing Spider-Man rebooted things. After No Way Home, Raimi and Maguire have both sounded open. Maguire even said he'd say yes just to goof around or read a scene. Sony hasn't commented on Tomlin's remarks. Which villain must be in a Maguire sequel? Post it and tag Tomlin if you're backing his campaign. And then from Web Slinger Nostalgia to Kryptonian updates, Supergirl's got some news. This is per comicbookmovie.com. Mark Cassidy, Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, dated for June 26th of 2026, is rumored for 2 weeks of additional photography. Scooper Daniel Reitman speculates the reshoots could add David Cornsweet Superman, and buzz spiked when the Superman costume briefly disappeared from the Warner Brothers studio tour with the note that it was currently being used by production. Millie Alcott returns as Kara Zor-El after debuting in Superman. Writer Anne Nurjourney was drawn uh, to a rougher, grittier, edgier, funnier Kara. James Gunn said this Kara is much more hardcore because after 14 years on a dying Kryptonian fragment, loosely based on a Tom King's 2022 series, Kara sets out across the galaxy for her 21st birthday with Krypto, and then onto a murderous revenge quest with Ruthie. Uh, cast include cast includes Eve Ridley, Matthias Schoenaerts, and Jason Momoa debuting as Lobo. If Superman's in, what scene do you want? Ring the bell and drop your best guess. And then we're going from DC Steel to Anime Steel. Let's talk about Chainsaw Man carving up the box office. Comicbookmovie.com Daniel Klissman reports that Chainsaw Man, the movie, Res Arc, is a certified global smash, hitting an estimated 108 million worldwide, rocketing a 96% Rotten Tomatoes and an A cinema score. Domestically, it opened to 17.3 million across 3,003 theaters, outpacing Regretting You, Springsteen, Deliver Me from Nowhere, and Black Phone 2's second weekend. Another banner moment for Crunchyroll and Sony after Demon Slayer. If you're new, Da Vinci's devil hunting life flips when Portia becomes his heart, turning him into Chainsaw Man. Assistant director Natsuto uh, Nakasi told NYCC they had to craft dialogue where the manga had silent panels, focusing hard on the intimacy between Denji and Riz. They wanted viewers to find Riz just as cute as Denji does a big win for anime. Seen it? Let me know. Tell us your favorite scene, and if not, go support it while it's still in theaters. And then from Bloody Blaze to Gothic Shadows, time for a legendary horror comeback. And Dracula is coming back. And CBR's Brian Corin confirmed Skybound is re releasing Universal Monsters Dracula as a black and white special edition, a perfect tonal fit for the 1931 Bela Lugosi in era it channels. The original miniseries by James Tinian IV and Martin Simmons of the Department of Truth earned Eisner love, and this version is built to emphasize that classic chilling aesthetic. Titled Universal Monsters Dracula Black and White Special, it's a two-issue run where issue one collects the first two parts of the original four-issue story, and editorial director Alex Tony says the start monochrome marks makes those whites pop right off the page. The tale follows Dr. John Seward, or a strange patient, and Lucy falling under Count Dracula's spell. Tinian's also keeps the monster train rolling with Invisible Man. This number one drops Wednesday, October 28th. Pre-order if you love classic horror art, and tell us your favorite Universal monster. And then from Dark Castles to Shining Swords, let's call on the power of Grayskull. Um, CBR's Patrick Walker highlights the hype around Nicholas Galetzi's transformation to play Prince Adam / He-Man and co-star Marina Baracci, and I am terrible with their names, but it's Vanessa from Deadpool playing the sorceress, and told Variety she was speechless seeing him after months of training. It's insane, she said. How did you do that? And director Travis Knight and writer Chris Butler are steering this blockbuster for fans and newcomers. From Amazon's MGM Studios, it opens June 5th of 2026. Aiming to challenge Marvel's DC scale success, cast include Jared Leto as Skeletor, Alison Brie as Eva Lynn, Kristen Wiig as Roboto, and Idris Elba as Duncan Man at Arms. The sorceress guards Castle Grayskulls, can't leave without becoming Zora, and can only speak telepathically outside. Big swing. And if Galetzi's transformation is any signs, he's ready. Which character are you most excited to see? Type I have the power in the chat and share the segment. Let's keep it collectible in time to roll out a fan favorite Autobot. And CBR's Timothy Blake Donahoe shows us Lasercat JDM Q03 Off-Road Pathfinder, a fully transformable, super deformed Bumblebee inspired by the 2023 Rise of the Beast look. Think chunky Camaro alt mode, Chibot, Chibi bot mode, and the design lane. We've seen brands like Blokey's embrace across G1, ROTB, and Transformers 1. Color renderings look strong. The robot mode appears nicely articulated, and the eyes glow blue, teasing LEDs or lighting. Though price and release dates aren't confirmed yet, it's fun seeing companies outside of Hasbro and Takara play with the SD style while still nodding to the classic Bay era vibe. Between the articulation hints and the movie accurate silhouette, it feels like a shelf-friendly piece that still poses well, and a reminder that Bumblebee stays evergreen across film and comics. And collectors, are you grabbing this SDB or waiting for the next movie figure? Drop it below, let me know. And before we close, let's talk about the strongest Kryptonian kids on the block. Marcus Hemwick at comicbook.com ranks Prime Earth canon kids only because Superman's feats are wild and infinite page books, solar system backpacks. We got on number 6, we got John Lane Kent brings telepathy, telekinesis, but half the raw Kryptonian strength and instability. Number 5, we got Con L the second is a John Wayne Kent clone from the New 52 with similar powers, better control, and wins over the original. And then we got Odo Ray, Philistine, or as the Blue Fire-like constructs and battlefield experience from War World, still a kid but scary potential. And number 3, we got Connor Kent, a blend of Superman and Lex DNA. Start with tactical telekinetics before developing full Kryptonian powers. Huge versatility, even if not yet stronger than Clark. And then number 2, we got John Kent, has been called potentially stronger than Superman by Batman, with heat vision range Clark lacks and blue energy channeling that dropped Ultraman in one hit. And then number 1, we got Ursula Ray, was infused with the fire of Olgrum, old god tier power that revived him and could let him destroy worlds if mastered. Which super kid needs a solo series now, and why? Is it the twins? Sound off. And let's finish strong with the market momentum with your CovrPrice Daily Shakers report. Big movers across eras and grades. We got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 1 for 1984 in a CGC 8.5, sold for $9,966. And then we got Giant Size X-Men number 1 from 1975, a very good year, in a CGC 9.4, sold for $5,495. And then we got 4-color comics, Uncle Scrooge and Only a Poor Old Man, number 386 from 1952, in a CGC 8.0, sold for $2,995. And we got Amazing Spider-Man 50, first appearance of the Kingpin, cover appearance of the Kingpin, my apologies, from 1967, sold as a raw very fine for $2,807. And then we got Uncanny X-Men issue number 266 in a newsstand from 1990 in a CGC 9.8, so for $2,100. And we got Pet Comics issue number 34 from 1942 in a raw, so for $2,052. And then we also got Action Comics issue 242 in a CGC 9 or from 1958 in a CGC 4.0, sold for $1,995. And we got Marvel Spotlight number 5 from 1972 in a CGC 8.0, sold for $1,980. And then we got a little modern in here. We got Invincible number 1 from 2003 in a CGC 9.4, sold for $1,850. And then rounding out our top 10, we got Batman issue number 31 from 1945 in a CGC 5.5, sold for $1,500. Which sale surprised you the most, and what are you hunting next? Tell us below. And if you love comic journeys, don't miss Comic Channel Origins. We got creator interviews, not creator, but content creator interviews breaking down their first uploads, pivots, and the moments that changed everything. Check the playlist after the stream and binge a couple tonight. Our next episode is coming up this Sunday at 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern, and I'll have that information coming out very soon. So please check out those past episodes. Last week or 2 weeks ago, I interviewed Mike from Let's Money Comics. It's a really good one, so check that out. And then this stream was brought to you, or this episode was brought to you by Ron's Comic Closet. He's our channel sponsor, and if you use code I have issues at checkout, you'll get 20% off your first purchase with Ron. He's got new issues, back issues, and a lot of other collectibles, so please check that out. And then if you're having fun, smash the like button, subscribe for daily comic book news, and share this with a friend who needs a quick catch up. I'll see you in the next one, and I hope all that your issues are comics. All right, have a good one. Bye.